Welcome back to another episode of Consciously Clueless. I'm your host, Carly, and I will be your guide on the journey from cluelessness to consciousness and back around again and again. So I am doing another solo episode this week. At first, when I created this podcast, my intention was to do interviews with amazing people, have one of those every other week, rotating in episodes where I talk about stuff. And the universe has taken care of me, y'all, and I have done so many interviews beyond my wildest dreams already, and I'm only just getting started. And I started to think that I really should release those interview episodes every week because you need to hear what these people are saying. But I still wanted to do solo episodes, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And then I remembered how often I need to take my own advice. That is something I have been thinking about a lot lately, taking my own advice more. So if you get my newsletter that comes out on Wednesdays, last week I wrote about a quote that popped up in the app I use for writing down gratitude. The quote was, "Never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about." I'm going to read that again. Never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about. That quote has been sticking with me ever since I read it. And then I realized that releasing these short solo episodes were on my mind every day, which means I should do something about it if I'm taking my own advice. So right now, while I have the time, I'm going to be doing an interview episode every week, and I'm going to do a short solo episode at the beginning of the week as well. I want to try this. We'll see how it works. If it becomes too much, you all will be the first to know when it changes. But for now, I'm really excited about this. These solo episodes, I want to just be a space to regroup, talk about something that's been on my mind, share with you all, hopefully make you think about something. I don't know if you've heard the phrase Sunday scaries, but it's this idea about how once you get through the weekend and you get to Sunday, all of a sudden you might start to feel anxiousness because the week is starting again. This is assuming you work a Monday to Friday job. Or you are just not wanting to go to work, or you are dreading Mondays, whatever it is, there's this idea of Sunday scaries. And for me, I like listening to something or having a practice that kind of sets my week up. So maybe these solo episodes can be a part of your Sunday scary pushing away, or maybe you hear them Monday and it's a little bit of Monday motivation, or maybe you listen to them on a completely different day and connect to it then. That's fine too. But the intention is to put it out there and to connect with you all on something I can't stop thinking about. And ironically, this week was putting out a solo episode. So here I am. I just decided to sit down and record and share with you all and be authentic because this is the thing I couldn't stop thinking about. And in order to share that with you all and to tell you all to do the thing that you can't stop thinking about, I had to take my own advice. So I want you to think about that quote again. Never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about. If it's on your mind every day, there has to be a reason. There's a reason it's there. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's starting a podcast. Maybe it's quitting your job. Maybe it is a health goal you've always wanted to achieve. Maybe it's running a marathon. Maybe it's getting into yoga. Maybe it's talking to someone you haven't talked to in a long time. Maybe it's someone that you love. Maybe it's someone that you miss. Maybe it's something you've always wanted to say. Maybe it's something you want to be involved in. The list could go on and on and on. The point is, if it's on your mind every day, there's a reason. And the reason is you're supposed to do something with it. Now, I can't tell you what you're supposed to do with the thing or the things that are on your mind every day, but you're supposed to do something with it. Because if you're thinking about something every day, it must matter to you. And if it matters to you, then you should put energy into it. And if you're putting genuine energy behind something, it's going to work out for you in some way. It's going to work out for us in some way. It might look different than what we think it's going to look like, but some way it's going to work. Even if it's really, really scary. Or you have no idea if it's going to work. Like, this could completely blow up in my face that I'm going to put out 2 episodes a week. That could end shortly. But I'm going to try. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see if it's useful. It already feels useful to me because it feels like the thing I couldn't stop thinking about. I want you all to think right now, when I read that quote the first time, what was the thing that popped in your head? Something probably popped up in your mind when I said that. What is the thing that you can't stop thinking about every single day? What is it? Think about that right now. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about that thing? You don't have to have a perfect answer. You don't even have to have an answer right now. But I want you to think about it. I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been thinking, what are all the things I want to do, I want to say, I want to be? What are those things that come up every single day? Because we all have those fleeting ideas that seem like the greatest idea in the whole world one day, and then the next day you've completely forgotten about it, and maybe it never comes up again. Those happen. But those ones that stick around, those ones that you just can't get away from, whether it's an idea, a thought, a feeling, a person, whatever it is, those are the ones I want you to pay attention to. Those are the ones I want you to do something with. What is a first step? What is a first step in moving towards the thing you can't stop thinking about? Maybe the first step is writing it down. Or maybe the first step is saying it out loud. Or maybe the first step is sharing it with your friend, your family, your loved one, whoever it is. I can't stop thinking about this. I don't know why, but I think it means I need to do something with it. Maybe that's your first step. Because usually when we name something, it becomes a little more real. Maybe the universe just needs to hear you say it out loud. Like, I get it. Sometimes I almost think it's laughable. Like, okay, I got it. I'm thinking about this thing again. I clearly need to do something with it. I got it. Message received. So maybe you just need the universe or whatever you believe in to hear you. Maybe you need to really put it out there. You got to start somewhere. And now could be your time. Maybe you need to meditate on it. And people get really scared of the word meditate, but maybe you just need to sit and think about it in a quiet space for a minute. What is the thing you can't go a day without thinking about? You have to move towards it. There's a reason it keeps popping up. We have to keep pushing for the things that we love. And here is the real kicker: pushing towards the things we love, no matter what other people think. And I'm not saying if you're in a scary situation or an unhealthy situation and other people are trying to tell you something, then we should care what people think. But I mean the ideas, the people we love, the places we want to go, the things we want to do. People might not understand because that's not the thing they're thinking about every single day. This one is really hard for me, but pushing forward without worrying what other people think will make it so much easier. Because their thing that they're thinking about every day, you might not understand, and that's okay. But try not to get wrapped up in people's reactions to it. Maybe you keep it to yourself for a while. Sometimes that's helpful for me. Like, okay, this seems a little crazy. I'm not ready to share it with people yet until I'm really sure. It's okay to keep those things tight as we figure them out. But don't keep it tight to you forever. Then you get trapped, right? In worrying when is the right time. It's okay to sit on it for a little bit, really become clear, and then share. Share with the world. If it is on your mind every single day, there is a reason. And that reason is that it matters so much to you. And to have something on your mind that often, and to have something you care about that much, that's amazing. Do something with that. That is good energy that the world needs more of. I think we can all agree the world needs more amazing, positive, affirming, just good feeling energy. So if you can put some of that out there with whatever it is you're thinking about, do it, please. First for yourself, but then for the world. If it's love, we will all feel that energy. If it's starting a business that you're passionate about, we will all feel that energy. If it's doing something crazy, taking a risk, we will feel that energy. So do it. Find people that support you. Find people that encourage you. And if you don't have those people right now, keep listening to this because I want this community to do that for each other. I hope that this thought, this short little solo episode made you think. And maybe it made you a little more excited for the day to start, your evening to start, the week to start, wherever you're at. I hope it helped a little bit. I know it helped me because I was thinking about doing an episode like this all week. So here I am trying to practice what I preach. I will continue to share the things that I can't go a day without thinking about. I am vowing to all of you, I will continue to push myself towards the things I can't stop thinking about, even if it's scary. Because that's what life is about, y'all. Trusting the universe is figuring it out for us. Trusting the universe is there for us. And that we are all there for each other. It sounds super corny and super woo-woo, but I really believe it. Because if you don't believe it, we're all just kind of floating around. That's not very comforting. I'm here for you. I believe in you. I want you to go towards the thing you can't go a day without thinking about. So go out and do it. Make it happen. And I will meet you here for the next episode. Remember, if you don't want to miss another episode of Consciously Clueless, subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.